Hey, how's it going? We are finally back in ASE. Kind of taking a break from ASA. Too many problems going on over there, and I talked about it already, about us starting up a new series. Now, today is not the start of the series. It's a little bit different. We're doing stuff totally different with this series in the way of normally do all my games on single player. This one is actually on the server with people. I know, I do all my stuff solo, but I got a bunch of friends that we have a private server we're kind of setting up right now. We are on Lost Island, and what I'm doing is some things I normally do off camera. I'm setting up a lot of stuff on this map that normally doesn't belong here, and we're using simple spawners. So, what we're doing specifically today is building an aberration cave. It's gonna be kind of neat, man. There are no rock drakes on this map, but at the end of today, there will be. There should be. There might be. Have to see how it goes. But there'll be rock drakes. We're gonna have radiation in there. We're gonna have some of the flavors of crystals that don't spawn on this map. I think it's either the red ones or the green ones don't spawn. So we'll get some of those kind of set up in there as well as, we'll do the blue flavored as well. We'll get some of the polymer plants, a little bit of the aberrant terrain in there as well. So it'll be kind of neat, man. Kind of excited. Now I'm new to using simple spawners, so this is definitely not a full how-to tutorial. It's just me messing around on the server. Let's get up here and I'll show you where we're building at. I kind of hate using this cave for what we're doing, but at the same time, it's a perfect location for it. So where we're going to be at on the map is roughly going to be, I'd say 48, 37, something like that. It's all you got to do, man, is look for the river. It comes out to the water, and then look for the waterfall, man. Perfect place in here for it. Let's come in here, and a lot of stuff today will be in admin mode. I know I don't ever do that kind of stuff on the channel, but it's kind of needed for getting stuff done. So in here will be perfect, man. So what I plan on doing is we'll have probably, I don't know, 6 or 8 of the nests in here. A ton of the rock drakes. I want to make it a challenge, man. Don't want to make it too easy. And we'll have seekers in here as well. It kind of works out because we have a small little natural light source, but with simple spawners, you can actually add in some, which we will be doing, and kind of give it that whole, like, aberrant feel, man. So, first things first, let's get out of fly mode. The only thing that kind of sucks in here is we have the natural spawn of the bats, but at the same time, it kind of works because that'll just make it a little bit more tough to come in here. So, let's get into simple spawner mode. What we have here is a ton of stuff, man. If you don't know what simple spawners is, it kind of allows you to add stuff in that's normally not there. As far as creatures, you got resources, you got different loot spawners for like the different cave crates or things like that. You can even do artifacts. We've got the different nests we'll be dealing with today. You've got the different radiation zones, prevention zones that keep players from like flying or things like that. All that stuff can be added in with this one mod. It's fantastic, man. So let's grab some stuff. Quite a few of each of these. We'll need, not the loot spawners, I don't think. We definitely need the resource spawners. Gonna need some of the nests. Let's do 8. We'll take 10, just in case, though. Let's do radiation, a prevention zone, no build zone, of course. Gonna need some light sources as well. A couple of these just for some terrain looks. Now, I do want to add some of these in, the gas veins. They're not naturally on this map. I don't know if we'll do that in this video because I want to set up these in the original aberrant cave. And then I also want to set up to where we can have the element veins spawn on this map that are over on Extinction. So that way we can have a lot of our element and stuff on this map and not have to go everywhere else to get stuff. So that might be in a separate video. But let's start with this, man. What we got? Let's grab one of these too. So main thing we need to do, I know it's kind of dark, man. It's the way that it goes. I have the lights turned up even. Is let's try to find somewhat the center of this cave. It'll help out with the spawners for sure. Oh yeah, let's grab some stuff here too. Let's get a spyglass. We're definitely gonna need a pick. And a hatchet. We're gonna need a hazmat suit. That's gonna be for testing. Definitely gotta test all your stuff, man. Make sure it works. Alright, so let's start off with the creatures. Now, we kind of have to do this in a certain order, and I'll explain why as we go. Let's start off with the rock drakes and the seekers. So that's the beginning of it. Now, all this stuff like this will not show once we're done. It's just while we're in the build mode, in admin mode, it shows up for us. It's the way that it goes. We'll definitely do a quick tour once we're done in normal game mode. So, gonna go to settings. And in here, the very first thing we need to do is check our spawn area. So, let's show this. it's gonna be way too big. Can't even see it in here. So let's do this. Let's do a 50. 550. And we'll do 25. Save that, close that. You can kind of see your borders, man. That's the main thing you want to do is set up your spawn points perfectly. So that might be good. And this is going to be the spawn for the rock drakes and stuff. So I want them spawning inside here. It kind of works out there. I don't know if it needs to be... Let's try to make it a little bit more narrow. Let's do... I don't know if it's the first one or the second one. Let's do 30. That was a proper one. It actually needs to be probably 40. Should be set. And that works there. Now let's fly up, double check up top, make sure it's not poking out of the roof. The one good thing about this cave is it's kind of thick, right? It's got a lot of unused terrain between the ceiling of that and the surface of the floor up here. So we're not poking out anywhere. That means that the creatures will spawn on the inside, which is kind of a key thing, because I want these rock drakes to just be inside this cave. And there is a way to put a leash on them so they don't kind of spawn out. We should actually make that a little bit more narrow. Nope, that's fine, that's fine. That'll work there. All right, so back into here. The next step we want to do is get our creatures. So we're going to aberrant, going to aberration. We're looking for our rock drakes. And I'm thinking, like I said, I want it to be kind of like a hard cave. Not very easy, so let's put 10 of those in here. I know it's a lot of creatures to spawn, but if you want to come in here, it's going to be costly to get some eggs. So 10 of the rock drakes, and I think we'll throw some seekers in here as well. Let's do 5 seekers. And that'll kind of work out. Now, over here is all your spawn stuff, right? We're going to have them respawn every 30 minutes? Or 60 minutes. So that pretty much means whenever you kill them off, how long before they start respawning. I would say 30 minutes is kind of good. I don't want them to despawn. I want this to be kind of like a natural spawn as possible, which means if you have it set for a despawn time, then it'll kind of wipe them automatically. I don't want that, man. If you want to cycle through their levels to try to get better eggs, you need to kill them off. Or wait for our weekly dino wipe, you know? So we'll leave that like it is. 100% chance to spawn. We'll have them spawn all day long. Spawn up to the limits, which will be up to 10 and up to 5 of the seekers. Now you can add in however many things you want on here. I don't want to add too many things in. I just want the rock drakes and the seekers in here. We don't want them to be tameable. We don't want any babies. So the level range. So the max level on our server is 180. So I think for the minimum, we'll do 60. That way it's not too much trash in here whenever you come in here. There'll be some low levels, but at least they're going to be at least a level 60. And then I think for rock drakes, so 180 is the max for normal creatures. And is it rock drakes, I think 30 above? Or 40 above? I don't remember if it's 180 or 190 is max at 150. I think it's 40. So that would be 230. Not 2300. So 230 would be the level range. And I don't want to check this. We'll just leave that kind of like it is. That might be the increments for the, like, levels, right? So 25, 30, 35, 40. How they go in 5 level increments, I think. I kind of like it whenever they're scattered, though, man. So we'll leave that off. We do want a visual effect on the spawn. And this is kind of cool. You can set up colors, too. So you can set up your color chance, but then you can kind of pick certain ones. Like maybe you want to have a chance for all black rock drakes or all white ones. So it's kind of cool. We might deal with that later, but for right now, we'll kind of leave it vanilla. What we have over here is avoid player structures. We don't care about that. You shouldn't be building in here, but that's for like out in the open world. If you have something set up, it'll keep them from spawning inside like your walls and stuff of your base. So for right now, nobody should be building in here. We're going to actually just disable that. So that's good for now. We're not spawning globally. That's another option. You can actually set this, and then you can pick what biomes you want them to spawn in. So you can have it do over the whole map through this one spawner. So it's kind of cool. Might do that with some other things, but not with this. And then you got the allow roaming. So you can have it set up to where they spawn within the borders that we set, kind of like the things up here you can kind of see. And then they can roam outside of it. We don't want roaming. I want them to stay in this cave inside the borders that we set for 50, 40, 25. So, anyways, quick overview of that. It kind of covers all the stuff for all the spawners. Let's save it. We don't need the spawn area on anymore. And then let's force that. Make sure we're good. There we go. We've got rock drake spawning in. We've got some seekers down there on the ground. And they'll kind of roam around the whole side of the cave in here. So it's not too bad. That kind of works. Let's, what do we have our amount set at? Was it 10? It is. 10 should be fine, man. Alright, so we had to set that up first because we're doing the nests and stuff. So we need to have the rock drakes out, and I'll show you why right now. Let's set up some of the nests. We'll set one up here in this back corner. And we'll start off with this one. So, once we start this, what we want to do, first of all, is change this to manual creature selection. And then we run a scan. This is why we needed the rock drakes out first, because it'll scan all the creatures around, and you can pick what eggs you want to spawn inside your nest. We want the rock drakes. So we'll save that. Going to change our nest style to rock drakes. I do want the nests to always be here, whether there's an egg or not. That way people know where the nests are and where to check. It's kind of nice, man. And then we're going to do respawn time. It's going to be 2 hours. So if you pick up an egg, 2 hours later, another one will show up. Despawn time. We could leave this at 0, but then we have to come in here and clean out the eggs because there is that bug to where sometimes if they've been sitting for a long time, like 5 or 6 real days, and the timer's really low, then when you pick them up, they auto-despoil in your inventory. So we have this set for 119. They'll despawn at just under 2 hours, then they'll respawn automatically. So we'll have that set just so that they're constantly refreshing every 2 hours, which kind of makes it nice. Again, this is going to go off of the parent's level because right here, the override level, we're not going to change it, man. We want it to use the parent's level. 1 egg per... Oh, for each spawn. So the chance for twins, triplets, or each baby spawn. So let's do 1, 2, 3. And then we're not going to force spawn it. So that means that it'll spawn them even if the parents aren't around. I don't want it to do that. It needs to be kind of like the natural flow of how they normally are. So we're kind of set. Let's go ahead and save this. And then we'll force one to spawn. We're kind of set there. Now the egg level in this is 195. That means some of the parents around here should be 195. We've got a 205. We've got a 128. 195. 128, 180, 78. That's kind of like, man. I like how there's different levels of all of them. So that's kind of set there. Let's get rid of this. Now what we'll do is we'll set out another one back here. We'll set out one up here. And the easy way to get this sorted out now, put this down here. We'll get out the gun made for it. We'll do copy mode. We're going to copy from here. And do it there. And do it there. And that'll get all those done. Then we'll do the same thing over here. We'll go ahead and set up a couple more. Alright, so we got to make some setting changes. I totally forgot that this has to do with the eggs, and I don't want them spawning. I thought I had triple or triplets whenever they spawn out of the egg. It's actually making it to where it was spawning multiple eggs on the ground. So we kind of destroyed that. We'll go ahead and copy these settings. And then we'll replace all these. I got one there. I got one over there. One here. One there. And one there. So 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. We need to get rid of this egg. Double check the settings on this one. It is rock drake. It just spawned in the that egg before we had a chance to get it all sorted out. So we should be good, man. So nests are done. They're all kind of set. Again, I thought that was a different setting, but we have that for 1 for 1. 1 egg per nest. And now we can go ahead while we're waiting. Let's get rid of the rock drakes. There we go, man. Little bit more quiet. So now that we have the spawner done for all of the creatures in here, we've got the nest set up with the eggs. Let's set up some radiation. And that is going to simply be this. Set it right next to that. And the settings will be almost the same as these, which was 50, 40, 25. And then let's show the volume so we can actually see the range of it. Because out here, I want to do something different. Had the slow fly bug. It happens sometimes. What I want to do is bring the radiation all the way out to the edge here. It kind of works out because you got the cave, right? You got all the grass out there, but then it stops. And kind of what radiation does anyways, right? Keeps it from growing. So if we set it to where it comes out to like right here, that'll be plenty room for you to be out here, get off your tame, get set up and sorted out before you head into the radiation. So let's extend the range a little bit. Let's do 70. Oh, that is perfect, dude. Perfect, man. So that stops right there. And again, it's the whole size of the cave. I'm not worried about this little area over here. We could do it a little bit wider. Let's go ahead and make it where it is proper. Do this to 50. Let's do 60. Now the whole cave is radiated. Let's check out here, make sure it doesn't extend out into the actual open world. I think we're good. I don't see the borders poking out anywhere. I was kind of worried about over here, but I think it's down further into the ground. So that's kind of set, man. So, let's set up one more of those, and that's going to be for not allowing creatures and stuff in here. We'll do it on the other side of this. So we're going to do, I think it was 70. And then let's do a little bit less. And then we'll do 50 on this. And 25 on that. I think that's the range of this. 70, 60, 25. Let's do 60, 60, 25. That's set. All the time. Prevent flying. Prevent cryos. We can use a grapple in here, that's fine. And we don't want to kill everything. That's for if you want an area to where nobody can go into it at all. That's just for, yeah, not for in here. So, prevent flying. No cryos in here. You can use them outside, but not in here. Don't allow that and don't allow tech suits. So that should be fine, man. Now, I don't know if... So that's for cryopods. I don't know if that's going to allow the override for the dino storage. Let's just leave that off. Doesn't really matter if you use a cryo in here or not. Main thing is prevent flying. And that'll work for this. So, that's all done. Let's turn off the visual. It's on for something else. Maybe for this. What is showing? We good? We all right? There we go, man. There we go. Nice. All right, so what we want to do next is start setting up some lights and things like that. Let's do our little bit of terrain out here that we're going to do. Now, we've got some of these. Just going to have them for looks. It is an aberrant cave. Got to have some of these around. We'll do one there. We'll do one there. We'll do one out here. That kind of set for that. Let's set out some simple spawners. And we'll do some of the resources. So over here, we'll do it right there. Let it load in. Let's do some trees. And for the trees, we'll do some of the aberrant ones. And we want some of the trees from the biozone. Bioluminescence. We're going to change our area to, let's do 5 by 5 by 5, a very small spawn area. And then we'll just have 5 of them spawn. Let's avoid that. Got to turn that off. If you have that on, anything else around that we put out, it won't allow it to spawn because those are nearby. We'll save this. Force a spawn. And see if they actually spawned in. They did. That looks fantastic, man. It's kind of hidden. I want it to be over a little bit more, so all we have to do is destroy this. Respawn it again. And there we go. And that'll be set there. Again, once we're done with all this, you won't be able to see the little spawners and all. It'll kind of be gone. Now that should be good there. I don't think anybody will take it down. We could move it over a little bit. But let's get some of the lights set out here now. So, we've got some of these. And what we'll do is set one right here. We're going to set one up here. And one right there. So, let's change the colors and the way that it works. Let's do this one kind of blue. Darker blue. Make it look like the aberration area. Intensity, let's go up to 40. Let's go up to 60. Max range, I don't want it to bleed out too far. Let's go to 1500 on that. And then omnidirectional, you can change this to a spotlight as well if you want. We want this to be omnidirectional and solid. We don't want any of the glow, flicker, flash. That just causes problems with people's eyes. And we'll leave that. So now you got kind of like a little bit of a glow. Now if we change this one to yellow. That's blue. What's yellow? There we go. Yellow there. 60. 15. Accept. And we do this one to the weird purplish color. Like the aberration color, right? It kind of like it got like a different little cave glow and stuff like that. So it's not too bad. And then we'll go ahead and put some... Well, that's kind of good for the... I want to put some of the mushrooms and stuff out here too. I don't think you'll be able to see them because of all of the foliage. So that kind of works, man. That works. We got the tree. Nice little entrance here. And then as we come in, I want to add some different stuff in right here. I want to block this off to where you have to come in this way to get into the actual cave part where those are. So let's try setting up some of the aberration red zone trees. Gonna be a resource as well. Let's do... right there. What we're going to do is make it come all the way out to the edge. And then the whole length of that right there. If we can. We should be able to. It's just getting these settings right for your spawn area. So this is going to be probably 5. And maybe 10. And then 5 as well. And for these, it's going to be down under this. In the red zone. So we want 10 of those. Harvest multiplier is 1. Don't want that on. Save. Spawn it and check it. Need to adjust our range and stuff a little bit on these. So let's go 2 and 10 and 5. Destroy. Respawn. That's a couple too many in there. It's a couple too many, man. Let's go into ghost mode. There's another way to edit these if we can't get to them. So let's just do 5. Destroy. And I want to make this maybe 13. See, it's hard to get these to where you want them, right? Just got to play with the destroy and then... do this as 3. Do this as 12. And let's do maybe 7. I forgot to save it. Give me a minute. Let me play with it. It's what I want. It's just not where I want them. I need to move this spawner maybe some. There we go, man. There we go. We got it kind of set. That's kind of blocked off now. Has a nice aberrant tree look. So the spawner is in there. I ended up moving it a little bit closer that way. And then changed it to, I think it was 1 on the range that goes this way. And then it's 10 that goes this way. And that kind of works there. So I want to add in some of the mushrooms as well. Not the mushrooms, but the pickable... It's a light. The pickable organic polymer. So let's do some of those, maybe in this corner, actually. We'll set it up here. And we'll add in organic polymer. Let's do 25. Turn off that. The area is going to be 5 by 5 by 5. Respawns every half an hour. That's not too bad. Let's do actually 30. I want it to be pretty dense. That'll add a little bit of light in here as well. So that's not too bad, man. Add one of those over there. I like it, dude. I like it. It's coming along. All right, let's grab a little bit of the crystals as well. We'll do a crystal patch over here. Again, simple spawner. We'll do one patch there. Let it load. Probably do the... Let's do the blue ones right here. I think those are under gems. Our size is going to be different on this one. I want it to be this by maybe 8. Spawn quantity, let's do 30. Again, I want it to be pretty dense. We're kind of set there. All the same stuff. Nice little patch. It stretches out right there. And then as you get rid of them, in half an hour, they'll kind of respawn back in. We could make that a little bit more dense, just for looks. We got those in the way. Again, that's why we wanted the... Not that. But we wanted the pick in our inventory. And it's just like the ones you get in the normal maps, too. So it's kind of nice. Destroy these. Let's do 50. And let's make this a little bit smaller. There we go, man. There we go. Nice little patch of them there. We've got the organic polymer over there. Let's add in... We need some lights, man. It's so dark in here. What I'm thinking, on all of these, we'll add in some lights just to be able to see them a little bit easier. And it'll kind of make them glow. We'll go ahead and do... right by where the egg goes. We can't. Obstructed. We'll do a spotlight one on top of them. Let's get right above it. As centered as we can. So there's one there. Now we will change the colors on these, make them all a little bit different. Just try to get them set first. They don't have to be perfect, but at least they're over the nest themselves. Again, nighttime, super hard to see in here, man. That's the only problem. We got 2 more. We got one back here. And then one more in this corner. There we go. So with these, I'm going to just change it to the spotlight. And then kind of randomize the colors. Doesn't really matter which one has which. Might need to make them a little bit brighter. Let's see how 50 looks. And you can always also change the angle and all that stuff too. So there we go. It'll kind of shine where the egg is. Alright, so we got a light on all the eggs. Leave that one as a white one, and then all these have a different color. Just something a little bit different, man. A little bit easier to see. Now I want to set up one of the spawners down here and do some more of the trees. Block this off the same way we did up top. We'll do the exact same kind of trees too. So we'll change this to 1. And then we'll do probably 10 might be enough. And 5. Turn off that. We want to go down to trees. Aberrant ones. Let's do 10. Red zone. Save. Spawn. Perfect. Nice and blocked off. I like it, dude. I like it, man. Thing is so nice. So, all I want to do is go ahead and set up some more of the gems. And then maybe some more of the polymer plants. I want to try to get the other kind of tree. That might be one of the aberrant, or not aberrant, but the extinction ones. Let's test this out before I start doing the rest of that stuff. There's one that has like the red looking spikes on it. That look kind of cool. They're down in the radiation zone, I think, too. I just don't know the names of them is a problem. You got to know all the different stuff for it to actually be able to find them, you know? So let's try extinction. Those are... though, we're not worried about those. So it's got to be one of the aberrant ones. It's none of those. Not sure what the miscellaneous is. Spooky? That might be them. Let's do a 1x5x5. That is most definitely not what I was looking for. Now, here's the problem. Our spawner is inside this. You can either ghost in it, or you can do this. Come back into here. Open the simple spawner map. And the problem is, it'll have all of our stuff here. So, it's got all your radiation zones, prevention zones. We have the resources. I'm not sure which one it is, right? Because they're all in one area. So we can go ahead and change the spawner settings from here. And that's not the one we want. So I have to go through each one and figure out which one it is. But then we can go ahead and remove it from here. And there we go. There's a tree there. So all we have to do is destroy it, and it's gone from there. You don't want to delete the spawner, because if you delete the spawner, the item will still stay there until you remove it. And some of those trees you can't actually chop down, right? So then you're stuck with that on your map. So you can actually mess your map up, which I have done many times in the past. So we'll get rid of that. I think we'll just leave it. I don't know how to get that one that might be considered a bush. But anyways, let me get some more work done in here. I want to add in a couple more lights just for the effect, and then we'll see where we're at in life. And might be done with this. Let's pick this up, put it back where it goes. It's going to be over here with some of the different colored gems and stuff. Alright, so we're just about done in here for the most part. Go ahead and put out some more of the organic polymer. Set this to that. Let's do 8. 5. Turn off that. Save. Spawn it in. Close. There we go, man. Organic polymer there and there. We've got some of the green gems there. We've got all of our egg nests. We got our blue gems. I need to do some red ones. Organic polymer. I got some of the weird bushes up here. Again, a lot of this you won't be able to see anyways because of the radiation in here, right? Kind of makes it difficult. I was going to put a basilisk in here. We'll go ahead and pick this up, though. I mean, we still might. Like I said, I want to make it kind of difficult in here to do stuff. And then, where do we want to put the red gems? Kind of the hard ones to get to. Let's put them back here in the corner. Put a couple of those out. Now, there are some special flavors of those that we're going to do as well. So let's do these. I think right there will be fine. And then we'll do some of the other ones right over here. These will be some of the special ones. So, with the red gems, there's 2 different flavors. I mean, there is with the green as well. Let's do 2. We'll do 5 and 5. And I'll show you what the difference is. For the green ones, you've got the fractured ones that you can add in. I don't think we need those at all for this map. We'll add in the red ones. Oh, the red doesn't have the option. There was some that have the element in there. It might be under a different... It might be these. Red only. Let's take a look and see real quick. We'll do some testing. We'll just do 5. Save. Turn that off. Save. Yep, that's the one I'm thinking of. So these you get the element out of as well. They're kind of nice to have. I want to put some of these up, but probably down in the Dragon Trench. Not going to have them in here because they're, I want them to be super hard to get to because you get element shards out of them. So, let's destroy this. We'll go back to the normal red ones. We'll do that. We'll do a good little chunk. Add that in. Save. Spawn. There's a nice patch of red ones. And then we'll probably do a little bit more on... I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and put some of the other ones in. Let's do some of the element ones. Very small pack of those. It was this one. We'll do 10 in a very small area. Oh, that's multicolored. I don't want those. I want the red ones. Red only. It's still multicolored. Interesting. Let's try this. Get rid of it. Destroy them. Red only. Do 10. There we go. Little patch of those. So that kind of works out. Plenty of room in here to do your fighting with the rock drakes. Let's spawn them in, kind of see how it looks, and then we'll get out of admin mode, and then you'll be able to see all the radiation and stuff, and we might be done with this little area. I can always tweak it later and stuff, you know? Not a big deal. So, force respawn. I want to see if 10 is going to be enough for being in here. I kind of want to have some more, to be honest with you. And that's quite a few rock drakes, especially for the high-level ones. So when you come in, we don't have anything here yet. We need to put something up here. We could do some more of the polymer. I mean, polymer, man, everybody goes through polymer like crazy. And it's very nice because it kind of lights the area up. So let's just do a small row of those. We'll do those. We'll do 25 to spawn in a very small area of 2x4x5. Get rid of that. Save. Spawn them in. And let's put down some of these as well. Very nice for looks. It's a lot of rock drakes. That is a lot of rock drakes for this area. That's what I wanted, man. I wanted it to be hard, you know? Little difficult to come in here and grab your stuff. It's because it's such a small, confined area that it makes it kind of difficult, you know? We'll put that right there. So that is setting up our little aberration cave. It's not too bad. Might put some more lights later on. A lot of the lights you won't be able to see anyways. I was going to do some more over here. But once that radiation starts, you can't really see anything. I wanted some of those weird spiky little bushes, but I don't know what they're called, man. I'll take one more look real quick before we call this done. Because that's the main thing I'm wanting, and I don't know. Oh, that's a creature one. It's the main thing I'm wanting and don't know what they're named. Would you please stop pushing me? We can do this outside of the cave. Let's just do it right here. Wait, we have some flat area. Resource. Last check. Loading in. Takes it a minute. I thought it was going to be a bush. I do like how you have the bushes with the certain berries. That's variety. Oh, ambergris. Ambergris. We need some of those too. Probably won't set it up in here. I want to put these in the original aberration cave. Because it's got a ton of creatures in there and it's super hard. We'll put it all the way down at the bottom. Yeah, I don't know what we call the other plant. If I can ever find it, I'll get them put in here. Silky bush? What is that? That's not what I'm thinking of. That's the flowers for the silk, man. I don't want that. I want the, I want the spawner. Alright, let's get out of here, man. Destroy that. And pick it up. Alright, so that's our aberration cave. Give me a minute, let me relog, and get out of, well, I don't need to, let me relog, get out of admin mode and all that stuff, and then we'll test it out and see. I will go in with the leave me alone command so the dinos don't bother us, but we'll at least be able to see how it is with the radiation and stuff, so I will be right back. That is a very nice view, man. Getting towards evening time anyways, which kind of works. Dude, that is fantastic, man. Need to build a base right here. That's what I was saying. I didn't want to make this into an aberration cave because I like building here, but I don't know, man. It works out for the little rock drake nest. All right. Give me a second. I'll be right back. All right, so we are back. Got our hazmat suit on. It is nighttime, so there's the entrance. Super easy to see. I do got it set so that it won't bother us. And I removed the lights over the nest, man. They look kind of weird. As you come in, we got some of this. We got some of the polymer. Let's double check the radiation. It does work. Okay, copy that. Wanted to make sure. I did put one of the aberration rocks out for the metal. Might put some more. We'll have to wait and see, man. I want to do some playing around with the different assets and figure out what is what. A bunch of those guys in here. We got some of the crystals over there. We got some of the crystals over there. All these guys in here. I was thought about putting some stuff in the middle, but I kind of want to leave that open for, I mean, that's where we're going to do most of your fighting, right? It's probably right around here. Clean out all those guys. We got some of the blue gems. We got some more of the organic polymer. The tail, dude. The tail. the seekers as well. Kind of wanted to put some more seekers in here, but they do get annoying after so long. Got some more of the red gems. Those are the ones that are normal. Those are the ones that give you the element shards. Very few. And then some of the nests haven't spawned in because they don't have eggs, which is fine. But other than that, man, come in, grab your eggs, grab some of your gems, and that's it. Like I said, just a little messing around, man. Wanted to put these on the map, and it's kind of the prime place for them, you know? Let's get out of here before something bad happens. And it is a no-fly zone in here as well. I don't think the Desmodus will be able to work in here with that on. I don't know for sure. Have to do some testing. And they do come outside. Ah, dude, I thought that was restricted for that to not allow them out. Let's double check and see. Because I wanted those guys to stay in here. Let's go back into simple spawner mode. And double check. Please don't push me around. Let's get rid of these guys while we're testing. Destroy them. It doesn't allow roaming. So maybe they won't roam, but if they follow you outside, maybe they will go out there? I don't know. Might have to deal with our spawn area size too. Because it is bigger than the room here. Let's test something real quick. If we make this smaller, they won't get so close to the front door. So let's do 40. Let's do 30. I mean, that kind of works. That limits them to inside here. That's kind of where I want them at anyways, is kind of confined to this one area. So that works there, man. Let's spawn them in and see how they go. Yeah, see, the other nests are over here. Oh, that's the thing, though. I need to move my whole spawner back. Is what I need to do, right? Let's try this. Destroy them. Save and close. Let's pick you up. And let's move you back to like right here. And we'll go ahead and set all this back up the same way. Aberration. We got the rock drakes. Could put some nameless in here. Nah, we're not doing that. Not putting those things in here, man. I can't stand those. So 10 of the drakes. We're going to have seekers at 5. Respawn every 30 minutes. No despawn. Chance to spawn 100. Up to spawn limits. Not tameable. And that was up to 230. Minimum of 60. And then we need to change the range. Don't allow roaming. Show the area. I wanted to do 30. I think it was 50. 20. Is the range not selected? Oh, 300. Oh, wait. That's, yep. Okay. Well, it's a thing. That's why you always test it before you spawn them in. Alright, so we can make this range a little bit more that way. Side to side, we're good. We could bring it in a little bit on that. Let's do 40 and 40. I think 40 is what it was before, right? Yep. That's good there. We'll extend it a little bit more that way and a little bit that way. I think that was the right thing to do, is move this a little bit. That'll work. Then you go to the back of that, but it stops right here so you can at least get inside the door. And it should kind of confine them into that area. I believe it should. Let's go ahead and turn this off. And then save first. Spawn them in. We should be good to go then. Nice, man. Nice. Little aberration cave. It's something small, man. But it works. Is that going to stop him from going outside? It should. Alright. That's kind of where it ends right there. Let's check for the radiation. Make sure it's kind of set right. It should be. Yeah, right there. You start taking it. I like it, man. I like it. Ah, dude. Well, not too bad of a day. Little bit of messing around, man. Like I said, I don't really do too much stuff. Wait, we gotta land. We gotta land. We cannot be looking like that at the end of the video. There we go, man. There we go. Look, act right, dude. Act right. Anyways, little bit of messing around today on the server. I do want to go ahead and make maybe one more video. We need to set up the element node out in the desert. We need to put some of the ambergris down in the original aberration cave. Set up a couple different spawners for some creatures like the R versions of the gas bags. Things like that. Kind of get those on the map. I'm going to put out some shadow mains as well. I got a little island picked out for that. Have to see how it kind of works. So I hope you enjoyed it, man. If you want to see another video doing the rest of the stuff, leave me a comment below whether you do or you don't. And other than that, we'll start up this series probably this weekend, as long as we get everything done on it. However, we are going to go ahead and leave this one here. Hope you enjoyed the video. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.